Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astrology channel. In this video, we are going to take a look at how the solar eclipse that is happening on the April 8th, 2024 is going to affect all of us. What are the impacts of this solar eclipse? What are the benefits of this solar eclipse? We are also going to take a look at how every ascendant and every sign will discover few things after this eclipse. We are going to see the remedy and beneficial steps, and we are also going to see general trends in terms of careers, professions, or what to expect in social life, personal life, and feeling emotion wise. I am going to show the horoscope, how it looks during the eclipse, and take every ascendant and sign. So you may notice that I am looking at my other computer where there is Jagannath Hora software, and I am taking a look at the screenshot. Let us start with the nakshatra in which this eclipse is going to happen. This eclipse is going to happen in the nakshatra of Revati, which is the nakshatra of Mercury in the sign of Jupiter. This is in the sign of Pisces. So the eclipse is happening in the sign of Pisces, as placement of Rahu is in Pisces and Ketu is in Virgo in the nakshatra of Hasta. We also have a lunar eclipse that is going to be in the Hasta nakshatra, and I am going to make another video for that. Now let us see what are the placements on the day of eclipse. On the day of eclipse, you will have Jupiter and Mercury conjunct in the sign of Aries. You have Sun, Moon, Rahu and Venus conjunct in the sign of Pisces. So Venus is exalted sign-wise. Rahu usually does very well when there is Venus, and with the eclipse you have Sun, Moon and Rahu together. In the sign of Aquarius, we have Saturn and Mars conjunction. The placement of Jupiter and Mercury is very important. At that time, Jupiter is placed in the nakshatra of Bharani and Mercury is in the sign of Ashwini. So Ketu does have a say in terms of Mercury placement. Revati is the last nakshatra of nakshatra cycle. Rahu is about to end its cycle in the nakshatra of Revati, and Rahu is in a hurry to get or give the native whatever they want. So we'll notice in general there is a increase in self-awareness, what I want and how I want it. People are trying to take various courses, classes related to how to get they want in a faster way. And in this moment, let us take a look at the trends that are going to be seen all over the world after this eclipse. Give me just a second. So basically, after the eclipse, you will notice, you are already noticing it because Rahu is already in Revati, and it is going to be in Revati till July 8th. And the feeling of restlessness is there. There is increase in restlessness. There is increase in frustrations when something goes wrong. Many people are feeling lack of resources. There is a lack of emotional connection, and all these things are going to increase. People also have lack of faith and trust in each other, and which is definitely a sign to worry about. You'll also notice people are having sleep related issues. There are issues in the bedroom. You may notice increase in misuse of the donations by charities and funds and trusts that operate on charity basis or donation basis. Religious gurus, institutions, if they don't have enough resources, they are going to use the money in the wrong way. This is going to increase. You will also simultaneously notice a trend about aggressive communications. Remember, Revati is important about communications. It is a nakshatra of Mercury. So you will notice when people talk to each other, people work in a group, there is in general heightened level of aggressiveness. People have probably less patience. People are more aggressive. You will see their frustration and you can see the lack of connection as well. People are going to have the feeling of emptiness because here Rahu is trying to drive you towards what they want and how they can get it faster. And on the other hand, there is Ketu in the Hasta nakshatra, which is asking them to reject many things. So after that rejection of couple things, couple notions that you have in mind, maybe you are rejecting people, you are rejecting philosophies, you are rejecting hard work, whatever you are rejecting, there is emptiness that is going to increase. And you will notice people are not able to enjoy the state or joy of the process or the state they are in. Continuously, they want to do one thing after the other and suddenly they will go through a moment of laziness. Hands-on services, hands-on things are going to increase. So if you work in the field, if you are an artist, if you are in any profession where you work with your hands, authors, writers, poets, sculptors, anybody in the construction work who is in the domestic help related things, work as cleaners, security guards, anywhere you use your hands, repair work, your job is going to increase because you will notice people have continuous frustration about what they are going through and they are looking for a change, they are looking for various ways to improve things. And all these people are going to have a lot of work. You will notice there is a lot of increase and awareness about foreign cultures, and this is both ways. If you are living in India or Asia, you will have a lot of awareness about other countries and their cultures. Same way, if you are living in Europe and America, you have a lot of awareness about what is happening in India, Asia overall, and their customs, what type of food they eat, what type of entertainment they have, movies, songs. You're going to consume, at least learn about cultures from foreign lands, and the awareness is going to increase more and more because Revati operates on the communication level. So you will consume all that information. You will watch videos, you will watch movies, you will see documentaries, and same way people who are in the creative field as professional, they are creating all these things. They are busy creating these because over the period, the consumption of all these things, the demand for all things related to culture, but foreign aspect of it is going to increase. There will be a lot of increase in travel and tourism. People want to visit places, want to know about different cultures, so they will travel more. So there will be a rise in public transport. Whether you go by plane, train, your public buses, or go by like cruises or sea related transportation, it is going to increase. If you work in the travel and tourism related industry by any way, see a chance of rising demand in your profession. If you are looking forward to take up or switch your career in these things, this is a great opportunity. But here comes a caution. If you are somebody who doesn't have hands-on experience, who doesn't have enough knowledge, who has not invested enough years and enough hard work in all these areas and professions, after the eclipse, you will notice that people have figured it out that you are not the real person who knows things or does things for their benefit, or you don't have enough success. They are going to discover that you have been using this opportunity to get what you want, but in turn you haven't satisfied many people. And you will notice they have figured it out and it's time to change your profession. If you are true to what you know and how you connect with people, how you give them benefits, there is a high chance that you will be successful. In other words, fake people will be identified, and it's time for them to wrap up things. As the eclipse is approaching and Rahu is transiting in the Revati, people are noticing what is going to decrease. Their patience. Patience is decreasing. Their ability to let go of things is decreasing. Their ability to forgive somebody is decreasing. People are sleeping less and less. The sleep related schedules, if I sleep at 10 o'clock and wake up at say 5 a.m., every person has a schedule and there is no schedule for people. You will see so much randomness, the lack of schedule, lack of discipline in terms of sleep schedule. You will be seeing this more often. And the sleep schedule is decreasing, people are more random, people are just sleeping as needed and if they can afford to sleep. In other words, issues related to sleep and sound sleep, they are going to increase. So if you are in the profession where you help people take a good night sleep, help people take naps, teach people how to meditate and do yoga, do anything that will help them sleep better, is going to be beneficial. And these professions have a high demand now. If you are working as a psychologist, psychiatrist, coach, anyone who helps people to let go of their frustrations, let go of their issues, anxious thoughts, you will notice a rise in demand. If you are working in a profession where you show people the area where they go, have some certain experiences and forget their tensions and stress, maybe work in the field of fantasy or imaginative creativity, these professions are also rising. These are the trends and they will continue. Now, what is the caution that everybody should always follow while Rahu and Ketu are in Pisces and Virgo, or even after eclipse and during those 15 days between two eclipses, and that is, do not take any illegal way to complete your work for self-gain. Make sure you are not breaking anybody's trust. Also, if you are donating something, donate it with a full intention. Do not expect anything in return. The donations done during the eclipse time, around eclipse times, are with full faith, full intention, and in order to help someone. It is about giving away your resources for benefit of others. Do not expect anything in return, at least in these 2 weeks or while Rahu is in Pisces, because you expect that, you will realize the returns are not there. In fact, that will increase more frustration. And now let us look at each ascendant and each sign and how one person is going to discover, these natives are going to discover certain facts after the eclipse. Now let us begin with Aries ascendant or Aries moon. If you have Aries ascendant or Aries moon, you will realize that sometimes when you talk, you are over explaining things. You are thinking, analyzing and over analyzing your teammates, or how you communicated, how you dealt with the same person in previous encounter. Overall, you will have some level of repetitive thoughts. Have complete trust on your business partner or your spouse. Also, you may invest some money or you will spend some money in vehicle repairs, or you are already doing changes in your home or home renovation. This can also happen that you will notice something new about your elder kids' education, or you will also realize something about their friendships, their relationships, if depending on the age. At work front, you will notice you are in a constant battle or prove something to the juniors, and this is going to be little difficult because you are expecting respect from your juniors, people who are younger to you, who have recently joined your organization or your company or at your office, and you are facing kind of lot of negative thoughts, lot of restriction, or you're also seeing some aggressiveness or impatience on their part, and this is what you have to deal with. However, hang in there, keep working the way you have always worked, use your experience, and outcome is going to be definitely positive. It is always better to donate clothing or donate supplies to educational institutions. You can donate to religious institutions, or you can always donate to orphanages. This is going to be really good for Aries ascendants and Aries moon. Remember, take up something, some routine meditation that will help you, because your nature in general is I want to get things done faster and I want to be the first. So have some more patience, because this time frame, this transit of planets expect you to do that. Now, if you have Taurus moon or Taurus ascendant, there is a chance that you will discover that all the help you have been giving to your friends, to your social circles, there is somebody who is making misuse of it. Somebody is using your resources for their benefit. However, you will find some new ways, new techniques in terms of doing things faster, doing the repetitive way. You will also notice your spouse is finding that your experience is helping her or him. Your business partner will appreciate you for the different ways you have taken and help them, help the business. But this is going to be like a war zone, and war zone because you will find half of the people have more patience, more experience, and they are working against the people who want to get things done faster. So your customers might say, you have promised something on this date, but they are coming to you and asking it for a earlier date. The deadline is getting shifted closer and closer. But have faith in yourself. Your ascendant lord or your moon lord is exalted. So having complete trust and faith in yourself and your own talents is necessary in this time frame. This eclipse will show you who is the person who is really talented and who can give benefit to others. And you will also know you are already getting benefit through your basic education or the skills that you have. So having trust in yourself is more important in this time frame. As far as the remedy goes, you can always donate to educational institutes. You can also donate to people who do hands-on work, like anybody who is helping you take care of cooking, cleaning, driving your vehicle, help them. This is going to be beneficial to you. If you have moon in Gemini or ascendant in Gemini, then you will notice your workplace is bringing every day something new. Everything that doesn't seem to be realistic. You know it from within that this is not real, this is like a fantasy land, this is like a very ideal behavior or expectation, but you are supposed to deliver the task, you are supposed to complete that work. And you will notice similar experiences in terms of if you are in a romantic relationship, your partner also expects similar things from you. If you have a If you have kids, your elder kid will also face similar expectations. Like, you may notice they are spending a lot of time on social media. They are looking at the stuff that doesn't really matter or help them do anything in reality, but they are wasting their time because they want to escape from some responsibility. And remember this, take care of this, and make sure whenever it comes to Rahu, whenever it comes to any media, less is always more. Have a routine or a schedule related to when you eat. Have the times fixed for you and your kids, or in general in your home. Make a planning or make a schedule about when kids are going to eat and when you are going to eat and what you are going to consume as a family. As long as you do that, things will be definitely better. There will be certain discoveries related to how the money is getting used, whether they are using it for real things or they are spending money for just escape related things, like maybe watching a movie or just going out with friends and wasting money and resources when it is not necessary. Keep a track of it, and you'll have to be little bit stronger here. Act like their mentor who disciplines them, and hence this might be a difficult task as a parent because we tend to give advantage to the kids. We love our kids a lot, and sometimes disciplining becomes difficult. But you have to be that hard edge kind of mentor who is strict, who expects certain way of behavior and shows the right way. Gemini people are very skillful. They like to do multiple things at a time. They are good multitaskers. In this case, remember, if you are doing multitasking, the focus will be last. So do one thing at a time and finish it. You'll be able to finish it faster. As far as donations go, donate to educational institutions. You can donate food items. You can always donate useful resources to anyone who supports you to do your domestic work, like cleaning, cooking, driving your vehicle, security guard, all those people. Help them, donate food to them, donate resources to them, and most important thing, talk to them nicely. Now let us look at Cancer ascendant or Cancer moon. Your ascendant lord or your Rashi lord moon is in the eclipse. So you are going to feel the effects of eclipse more on a emotional level, more on a daily schedule level. You may get a sense of insecurity, you may get a sense of little bit anxious thoughts when it comes to how you are going to do really well in terms of your family life. Mental peace. Mental peace is something you have to watch out for. You also notice a bit of disconnect among your co-workers, among your neighbors, or even your siblings. You have to deal with this with patience and understand working together will give you a solution, but you can suddenly discover a few things about some kind of, not the right division of resources, not the right division of attention given by your mother or given by your primary caretaker. So these are the areas where you will notice somebody is not doing things with equality. But always remember, whatever someone is doing it for a reason. Have complete trust in them, and having trust is going to help you. Trust your mentor, trust your mother and father. These are the important things for Cancer ascendants and Cancer moon natives. At workplace, you will have a little bit of limited resources and you will be asked to use your talent to do things faster. But Cancer natives are emotionally usually very intelligent. They know how to figure out things and what is the way to get things done. So you will always find someone who is giving you shortcuts, who is giving you some information needed to complete your task. But make sure you are not taking any illegal ways to do your work, or do not take any illegal ways for your benefit. The great way to donate during this eclipse is about donating things that are related to workers who are like in construction, who are in carpentry, or artists, sculptors, painters, even who brings your food, the Zomato or Swiggy or DoorDash drivers. Donate to them. These are great donations during the eclipse for Cancer natives. And watch out for all the things that you consume, typically all the liquids, because it depends on your mental state, what you are eating, how you are eating and drinking, and that can change your thoughts and that can change the actions. You will notice an emotional high during the lunar eclipse as well as solar eclipse. You will have the fear about resources, your immediate family members. But remember, this is a time which will pass and situations will change. So there is no need to get burdened by that worry or fear. Remember, eclipse is there for a short time. Once the eclipse gets over, things will change. And eclipses occur for a right reason, for the right way. You will be able to figure out if there is somebody who is faking or not delivering the right ways of being a mentor. And probably you will notice the same thing about if someone is coming and teaching your kid, the tutor, private tutor or a teacher. Watch out for their ways and make sure, talk to your kids about it, whether they are satisfied with someone who is teaching them or tutoring them. This is a good idea, good time frame to talk about it. Now, let us take a look at Leo ascendants or Leo Rashi. If you have Moon in Leo or ascendant in Leo, you will notice you are really thinking or working very hard towards something like inheritance, or where money is dealt in a public way, whether it's a stock market, mutual funds, or the money that comes through consultation services. You are working towards it and you are continuously noticing some kind of frustration. Sometimes people promise something and they never deliver. You will notice, typically if you are dealing with foreign currencies, you will notice there is a discrepancy between what is promised and what is delivered. And it is a good way to understand how things function on terms of financial ways. Whenever we deal with foreign currencies, typically Leo people will notice working with their government is always easy compared to other governments. And make sure you have right payment gateways. Make sure all the documents that need to be completed on time have been done in terms of stock market or mutual funds. You will notice you may find a healer, you may find a meditation expert who is guiding you towards overcoming these kind of insecurities or ways of means of finding transformation. Be careful about who you work with. Make sure you inquire about them well and then choose the agent. It can be Reiki healer, somebody who is into yoga, medicine, who is into mental or mindfulness related therapies, or somebody can be a tarot reader. Make sure you choose the person the right way, get enough information about them and then make a choice. Otherwise, if you are already working with somebody, there is a chance that you may notice they are not delivering the best way. You will always notice your spouse or your business partner is being very rude or is highly judgmental in this time frame. Suddenly they will come up with issues that were never talked about in a long time. But beware of those things and understand it is the effect of going through lot of things. Don't be judgmental on them. Just help with them, work with them to find the solution. Follow a certain method and time frame. Set a timer whenever you are talking to your business partner. Set a timer when you are talking to people at work. Those timers will help you wastage of time. It will be reduced. And you will notice you are having time to spend with your family and your family members. Your image is very important to you. So remember, do not take any illegal way. Do not do anything that will tarnish your image. As a Leo native, it is very important for you to make that choice. For the Leo ascendants and Leo moon, it is necessary not to break anybody's trust. If somebody is trusting you, do not break their trust for your self-gain. Your image is very important to you, and sometimes Leo natives forget what they do for that image. Hence remember, do not break anybody's trust. As far as donations go, you can always donate water, you can always donate milk or milk products. You can also donate important resources to people, and emotional support. Giving emotional support to your team, your close relatives or your family is very important. And this emotional support will help you a lot. Usually in life, Leo natives seek that support from others. But in the time frame of eclipse, if they support others, that is going to go long way. And remember, even if you are in a profession like a psychologist or psychiatrist or coaches who deal with mind or mindfulness, take few free workshops during these time frame related to eclipse. Even though it is your profession, make it a provision that you donate these services to others in this time frame. Now, if you have Virgo moon or Virgo ascendant, eclipse is happening in this axis because it is the Pisces and Virgo axis. If you have Hasta nakshatra, you will definitely notice more impact. Lunar eclipse is happening in Hasta nakshatra, and even solar for eclipse, the axis is the same. So Virgo natives at this point are thinking about how they can build their image. They are working hard, they have been showing patience, but they are not seeing the great results. They always feel somebody comes and deceives them. There is a constant feeling of, I am not getting what I deserve. They have frustrations, and that is the reason they are losing the faith and trust in the system, organizations, and even their partner or their own team. And this is a testing time for people because we need support. As human beings, we cannot work alone. We need support. And when you constantly feel that people are betraying you, it builds up a lot of frustration. So remember, even during the eclipse time, you are going to notice somebody who has done the same thing. Betrayed you, didn't do the right thing. Try to forgive them. The great remedy is start working towards building somebody else's image. Teach someone, educate someone. If you are working in the service industry, you will notice somebody who is working on your team but from foreign lands, or somebody who is working with you from a different culture sometimes can deliver better things compared to you, and it is okay. Try to follow how they do. Take the right things and use in your business, in your work. Give due credit. Virgo natives are people who are more hands-on, who are good in logic, who are really good analysts, and they work long hours. They can be in the fields like hotel management, travel and tourism. They are usually great artists. So these are the people who will notice dealing with the clients or their demands is difficult because clients are not showing full trust. And you will notice people whom you have worked before, typically those people are more adamant. They are more judgmental about your work and their demands are very rigid. But understand, in big scheme of things, if you follow these guidelines, if you follow trying to be perfect, these are going to deliver you good results. So continue the good work that you are doing. Help others build their image, educate somebody, donate for educational institutions, donate for education of orphan kids or anybody who is needy, and you will notice lot of good results. Eclipse is a time where things don't stay in dark for a long time. In fact, darkness gets away very soon. So there is always hope and there is always optimism. Watch out for how you deal with your bosses. Dealing with boss can be little demanding, little stressful at this time. But you know you are talented, have faith in yourself and continue the good work. If you have Libra ascendant or Libra moon, marriages, couples, working in pairs, working with people on a day-to-day basis in a sales trade is your positive side, is something that you are good at. However, the base of this is relationships. You understand human to human relationships. You are really good to understand people's emotions. And you try to always seek balance between the two extremes, which is a difficult task, but you are good at it. You have all the talent, all the capacity, all the skills that are needed to do this. And hence Libra natives find themselves buried under some kind of work pressure or expectation of pleasing both parties or finding a better solution for both sides. And when the times like eclipse are there, there is always high and lows of emotions and expectations. You are going to notice constant negation, constant judgmental behavior from someone who has already worked with you before. So the situation is going to be difficult in your own team, in your own organization, or even in the family. You will definitely feel others are showing less patience and they are asking for quick results, but the main resistance comes from within, from your family, from your close ones, or from your own team, because they are not supporting each other. In fact, they are doing the job of finding each other's faults. There is a war between your own teams, and this is the area to be addressed. And you can definitely do it because you have the ability to understand every person in your team. You know their strengths, you know their weaknesses, and you know how to find a solution. And the right solution for this time is take care of their emotional needs. Support them, give them resources or means to get over their weakness. Praise their strengths, use their strengths, and then you will notice the resistance is reducing. And understand, do not try to use any illegal ways, shortcuts or loopholes to get the work done. Libra natives can find it more difficult because Saturn transiting through the 5th house will always bring out such things. You will be caught if you are trying to take any shortcut. In terms of donations, you can always donate to any charity, any institution or NGO that is dealing with women. Help support women, learn new things, develop new skills, give them means of earning money that way, and you will notice there are good things happening. Libra natives are essentially very talented, and this eclipse is going to unfold good times for them. Take care of your own emotional health. Watch out what you eat, and make sure if you are going through any kind of emotional trouble, seek support for that as well. Because when you are looking after others, thinking about others and trying to balance the relationships, sometimes we don't find time for our own self. Don't do that. Take time for it and find a solution. Overall, this eclipse is going to be helpful to you to discover some new insights about how your competitor works. So this is a great time and take the most advantage of it. If you have moon in Scorpio or ascendant in Scorpio, Scorpio natives are right now figuring out things as far as their creativity goes or their romantic life goes. They are thinking in two terms: either everything is ideal or this is a way to find escape from something. However, your creativity or your romantic life is not the escape, but it is something you are born with, you like, you enjoy, and it is a part of life. Take it as a process and do not have any extreme view. Don't expect anything ideal there or perfect there. It is a process. The more you invest time and efforts, results will be better. There is constant resistance, or you will notice lack of trust from your close ones, and that is because they want you to try harder, they want you to work harder, and they want you to show consistent efforts. So have trust in them and follow the way. It is about hard work and looking at things from a longer perspective, from a broad view. Just don't look at like what I will get next day or next week. In fact, whenever you are creating something that is long lasting, the efforts are also needed more. And have faith in that. As far as expecting something quickly goes, you will notice if you try to do something very fast, you will end up thinking, overthinking and overanalyzing it. Instead of, it is better not to find a loophole, not to find anything by backdoor, because then you will end up thinking, why did I do it? And that thinking and overthinking will lose more time. You will have to spend some resources in terms of learning new things. There are some things we are born with, certain talents, certain things we already know, we are good at. However, there are certain things we need to learn, and what Scorpio natives have to learn is trust and faith. They need to learn a process, or certain systems are there for a reason, and start showing trust in them. Typically in terms of education, or typically the way your boss or your parents think. There is a reason why they think that way, and there is a proven way why they are having certain beliefs. So have your own belief system in place, and you will notice it is easy to deal with the world. Even your creativity will flourish and you will have a lot of success in romantic life. If you are thinking about how you can donate or how you can help others, for Scorpio natives, donating for somebody's marriage is a great remedy during this eclipse. You can also donate clothing to the needy. You can also get rid of the clothing that you are not using. Scorpio natives tend to have a lot of, say, hoodies or weather related stuff, maybe sweaters, jackets or caps or even different shoes. This is a time to donate those things if you are not using. In terms of work, profession, you will notice you can build your image the right way by taking the right means. Do not look for any loopholes, do not look for any shortcuts. On the other hand, in terms of profits and in terms of networking, it is time to let go of few people. It is time to reduce the time that you spend on social media and such connections which are wasting your time. reduce it. At least have a timer set on how much time you spend on social media or on your phone. That way you can use the same time for meditating, you can use the same time for building any skill that you want to use in the future. If you have moon in Sagittarius or ascendant in Sagittarius, this is the time frame where you are kind of lost. When I use the word lost, it is about understanding the real meaning of things. Sagittarius natives are having this internal struggle about what to hold on to or what is to leave. And that is happening because they are looking forward to get everything. They are talented, they are working hard, they have been traveling a lot. However, in doing everything, there is something at the back of the mind which is troubling them. That complete trust, that complete faith in whatever they are doing is somehow missing. And that is the reason Sagittarius natives are losing their sleep. They are great advisors, they are great managers, they are good at building theories and philosophies, coaching others. However, there is that factor of restlessness. Am I missing this? Am I doing it the right way? This is bothering them a lot. Now it is time for Sagittarius natives to have full faith in themselves and work towards betterment of humanity. If they are doing this one thing in mind, keeping this one thing in mind and working, they will discover the missing piece of their puzzle. So have faith in yourself, have faith in your close ones. People who are close to you, your close relationships like your mom, your dad, your kids, your wife, your spouse, in a sense, have faith in them and trust them fully. There is no need to go and verify. Please don't do that. Because by doing this, your relationships will create more issues. You have to have trust in yourself and your motives. And if the motive is related to betterment of humanity, any work in a day if you are doing, it is working towards betterment of humanity, supporting emotionally any other human being, rest assured you can sleep a good night's sleep. But if you have a doubt in mind that whatever piece of work you are doing, it is not going to support someone emotionally, then you are going to lose your own sleep. Here is a caution for Sagittarius natives. You don't have to be harsh the way you talk to your colleagues or your siblings. You don't have to use very critical words. Rather, you can give them a guideline. Tell them the repercussions of not doing things, and that's all. The best way you can find peace of mind in this time frame by mentoring somebody. Typically, if somebody is junior to you, has less experience than you, help them grow in life. It can be your school friend, it can be your college friend, it can be your teammate who has joined later. Anybody who is not at the same level that they should be, support them, mentor them, help them, and trust them. Don't have that fear in mind that this person is going to use whatever I am teaching them against me. If you have that doubt in mind, then this is not going to work. You may also notice that you are going through thinking, overthinking, over-analyzing kind of way as far as your kids go. If you are married and have kids, you will notice it is hard for you to trust them or separate yourself from whatever your kids are doing. Same thing may apply as far as your spouse goes. Whether you are a man or a woman, you are taking excessive interest in other person's work life, or you are being pulled there to think about what they are doing in their profession. Maybe express your views, analyze their ways or anything. and that could be overwhelming in this time frame when there is self-doubt about your own motives. So trust yourself about whatever you are doing. It is helping somebody, it is supporting somebody in a day. Rest assured, you need to smile and be proud of yourself. As far as donations go, Sagittarius natives can always donate to gyms, military. They can donate to any organization that brings about changes in the society. Maybe image building, maybe health related. You can donate to hospitals, you can donate to temples, you can also donate to educational institutions. It is a great way to support the society. If you have moon in Capricorn or ascendant in Capricorn, then at this time you will notice your language has changed. You are very aggressive. Sometimes it sounds like a threat, but it is coming from the perspective of, okay, I waited for so long, I gave you these many guidelines, but you are not doing your task the right way. You always feel your teammates, your neighbors, or somebody who is working with you is not showing complete trust. You expect ideal outcome from them, and that is the reason there is frustration, and that's why your language is becoming like a threat due to less patience that you are having in people. It is time to have more patience, and whatever deadlines you are giving them, push them behind, push them for a later date. That way people have more time, and give them more resources. Allotting more resources to every task will always help you. Whether you are working in HR, whether you are a CEO, CTO of an organization, or whether you own your own business, it is time to give people more time and resources. In general, people are having less patience. In general, they are also feeling lack of trust. And in that situation, if they don't have enough resources, you are not going to get the best results. So Capricorn natives, if you are a vice president, president, or at any level in any organization, remember, ask for resources, or if you are at a position you can give resources to others, please do so. On the home front, you will notice you are thinking in the similar way you are thinking at work, because you always have that feeling that somebody who lives with you, somebody who is working with you at home also doesn't show full trust or is not doing their best. In fact, people are doing their best, and in general, this is the patience has reduced or expectation about doing things faster has increased. People feel they are not doing their best. At home, you will discover something like a good book. If you read that book, you will find the peace of mind. You will find the solution to many problems. It is a good time to spend time in reading books, reading any material that is related to your subject, as well as any material that gives you some spark of creativity. Capricorn natives are usually going from one task to another to another. Their calendar is usually very full. Even though it appears that these natives are just looking at their computers or doing their work at a slow pace, they are not at all lazy. In fact, they look at every minute aspect of the work, and that's why it takes longer for them. But when it comes to expecting work from others, they have least patience. They feel everybody should be doing their best and delivering it faster. This is not going to work, at least in this time frame, with less resources. So donate resources to people, have trust in them, and you will discover somebody in your team who is making the misuse of things. So be careful about it and find out who that person is. Probably when the eclipse is done, you will figure that out. In terms of your personal life, you will notice your romantic relationships or your kids, they are also doing something which you don't approve. Their system of faith is different from yours, that is the only thing. But wait and have trust in them. As a parent, you have to trust your kids, and even if you are in a romantic relationship, it is important to trust the other person. At work, you will usually find good solutions, good relationships in terms of profession, and you will do good deeds and good deals as well. This is a good time frame for Capricorn natives, and this eclipse is going to be good for them. They will be rewarded for the work they have been doing. As far as donations for the Capricorn natives go, they can donate to educational institutions, they can donate to temples, they can also donate to any religious institution that they follow. It is a good idea to do this donation in terms of long term. So if you can commit a certain amount, a certain type of resource, do it for a longer duration, longer period of time, and you will notice that is giving you more peace of mind. For the Aquarius natives or Aquarius ascendants, they are already feeling the burden of things. I am working hard, I am supporting people, I am doing everything that I can do, but there is that feeling of frustration, aggression, and self-doubt. I am going to use that word because with Saturn's placement in Shatabhisha nakshatra, for some time Aquarius natives are feeling that, because it's more presence of Rahu when it is a Saturn in Shatabhisha. So there is that doubt coming in your mind. If you are lying down, sitting down and thinking about something, the ideas about, becoming that person and suddenly going into someone's life and change their life is there. You want to be a superhero with less efforts. But this is not going to work because it is an eclipse time. Any attempts by Aquarius ascendants or Aquarius moon people of doing things with illegal way, with less information or the loopholes, shortcuts, is not going to work. Saturn will not allow that, and hence remove that self-doubt by learning new skills. Read a lot of books, visit different countries, places, travel a lot, learn from different people, learn from different cultures, and you will notice your confidence level will increase, your self-esteem will increase. Aquarius natives have already started making changes about their sleep schedule, the kind of meditation or yoga they do, and they will also bring out some changes about what they eat. And this is a good time frame for that. This eclipse will help you understanding how your business partner or your spouse works. This eclipse will also help you understand how your kids think, the pressures your kids are going through, the thinking and overthinking kind of pattern your kids are going through typically about your elder kid. And you guys will always notice that you work with larger system. Aquarius natives tend to work with multidisciplinary things. Usually will combine the skills that you know from different fields and use them for your profession. So it can be, you can be an engineer, you can be a doctor, and still you will delve into art, or you will delve into something like meditation and use both your expertises in that field. And it is a great time for Aquarius natives to do that. Always have trust in yourself and the ways you take. Less of the loopholes, more is the result, remember it. And Rahu will always create some kind of delusion, illusion about the way you come across, but it is the part of being the Aquarius native. You can always use the Rahu's energy the right way. And Rahu wants to be just like God, understand that. And being a God means helping others, supporting others, and taking the right ways. You are very talented, but make sure you use your talent and make the use of all the skills you have for betterment of humanity. Support people and give more than expect in return from them. As long as you follow this, this will work really well for Aquarius natives. They are going to travel a lot. They are going to experiment a lot with various systems. This is a good time for going for hiking, biking, seeing different cultures, visiting various places. And as far as donations go, Aquarius natives can always help people in terms of donating to hospitals, donating to education institutions. They can also donate to any hierarchical institution, basically any institution that has hierarchies, and it helps people grow in life. This is always useful. You can also donate to taking care of land and water. Typically during the eclipse time, it is a good way for Aquarius natives to donate for building farms, building plantations, gardens, or creating water resources. Because Aquarius natives usually work in the fields of that deals with chemicals, chemistry, or somehow they disturb the natural environment, and hence it is a great remedy for Aquarius natives to give back to the nature in some form or another. If you have Pisces ascendant and Pisces moon, eclipse is happening in the Revati nakshatra, so this sign is getting the most affected. If you have Revati nakshatra, definitely it is the most. Otherwise also Pisces natives are, even though they are busy, they have got work, they are working hard, but what is missing is their mental peace, and that is the reason they are not able to sleep well. Have trust in yourself, have trust in your own talents. You will notice, you will find a mentor, you will find somebody at work, someone who guides you, helps you and trusts you. And that is what is needed at this time. But before that, you have to trust yourself. Continue the work that you are doing. If you are looking for a work, continue looking for a work, continue improving your skills. And the skill that you have to learn is how to talk to people. Even though Pisces and Revati nakshatra is about communication, it is about communication in an ideal way or in a way that people trust you. So you need to understand to use the practical ways so that people trust you. And once you know it, once you can quantify what you are offering people, you will notice people trust you. You will have to trust your partner, whether he or she is your spouse or your business partner. You will have to have blind trust in them. Because many Pisces natives are thinking about letting go of this relationship or business partner and find a new one. Maybe once the eclipse is over, you will realize if this is the right way or wrong way. So wait for that. Do not make any abrupt change during the 15 days of 2 eclipses. Once the solar eclipse is done, you will figure out what is the truth and what way you need to do. Rahu stays in Revati till July 8th. So even though the eclipse is over, some of the effects will be seen later. So give yourself that time, build new skills, build new relationships, new teams, and use your knowledge to support others. The great way of earning money or the careers that will be beneficial for Pisces natives in this time frame is any kind of coaching. If you are typically in the coaching related to communications, maybe audio recordings, how to narrate a story, being a narrator, or even teaching kids how to speak or how to write in a particular language will be a source of income for you. This may not be your primary career, but this will be an additional supplemental source of income for Pisces natives. You can always cook food and sell those food items. This is another way Pisces natives can earn. Typically, if the food is related to building image, building good health, healthy food, you will have a lot of success in that business. However, working long hours and maybe working at night time may be needed for Pisces natives, because depending on the nature of the work they do, they will have to put in extra hours. This eclipse will tell them who is working with them and who is on the opposite side, because there is somebody from the team who doesn't think well for you, and that is bound to happen in this time frame. But once the eclipse is over, you will come to know about it. But first and foremost, have trust in yourself and your abilities. That is the key. Pisces natives will always notice that sometimes things happen in extreme. Typically, Revati nakshatra has a pending karma about not to take the illegal ways of doing things. If Revati nakshatra people find and try to do anything illegal, they go through more mental torture. And hence, this is the last nakshatra from the nakshatra cycle. It is about liberation. It is helping you to live a guilt-free life. You don't have to punish yourself for whatever wrongdoings you have done. But stop doing the same thing again and again if it is wrong. And now, let us look at, for all signs and all ascendants, what could be the remedy or what could be the beneficial thing, beneficial steps or certain action items to do in terms of getting the best after this eclipse. And still Rahu and Ketu are in the signs of Pisces and Virgo, whether Rohini and Hasta or Rohini, Uttarabhadra and other nakshatra. Be available and be supportive and helpful to all the elders, whether they are your family members or neighbors. Support elders. Be ready to work hard and avoid any shortcuts. Remember, this is for all signs and all ascendants. And if you are feeling lazy, question yourself, is it the laziness? Is it about my physical health or is it about my emotional health? And find a solution for that. No illegal ways of doing work. Give back to the society the way you can, at least during the 15 days of eclipse if you cannot do it later. Donate resources to domestic helpers. Another great remedy is chanting Vishnu Sahasranam and planting trees. If you have a Tulsi plant, take care of it. Donate Tulsi plant to others. Tulsi has a lot of medicinal values, and you will notice this is a great thing to do that in this time frame. Do not break the trust of people. Typically, if they are your family members or your team members, for your personal goals, for your personal gains, do not break the trust of others. And regular donations under the name of ancestors is always advisable. Hope this video answers all your questions about solar eclipse, all signs, all ascendants, what is the remedy, what are the beneficial steps, what to expect, and how is your personal life, emotional life and professional life going to be. Eclipse is not a bad time. It is about getting the right person ahead of the curve. So, eclipse are nature's remedy, natural things that we want. If you are thinking about watching this solar eclipse, please do not watch it as it is. Use the special goggle that you get and then watch the eclipse. If possible, do not watch it, because those rays are harmful to eyes and hence special caution has to be taken. Talk to your doctor, talk to your physician who will be able to guide you the right way. If you are living in America, eclipse is visible. Texas is going to see the total eclipse, and the parts of New York and East Coast is going to see almost the full eclipse. Some schools are going to be closed on that day, 8th of April. If you are expecting, take extra precaution. If there is no need to see the eclipse, do not see it. If you already have conjunction of Sun Rahu or Moon Rahu, you can watch the eclipse, but take proper precaution. Use the right glasses that are made for watching the eclipse. Or you can wait little bit, and on YouTube or any other media, if you can see a site where they are doing the live broadcast of the eclipse, watch it. That way on a television, but not the direct way. This is a great time to do any mantra sadhana. Chant the mantra of Rahu, do the japa of your Kula Devata, do any work, whether you are a researcher, if you are a student, do your own work with lot of focus. This is the time about lot of focus and the high energy. So use it for the right cause, right way. You can always resume all your routine tasks, but do not take any last minute decisions about investment or buying or selling home or any big decision that needs lot of planning, because emotions is eclipse is a time where emotions are high and very likely you can make a wrong decision. Hence, those things can wait. Please let them wait. If you have any questions, put in the comment. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Namaste. Thank you. Shubhamastu.